Can y'all see me? I know I look horrible. It's because I've been sick and everything. It's because I've been sick. I'm not sure what I have. I'm not sure if I have a cold. I definitely do not have the plague. So that's good. But I think I might have a cold. So, yes, that is horrible. Horrible. And yes, I know my shirt is inside out. That is how much I don't feel good. So, yeah. Oh, y'all want to see my drawing I did? Looks good. So we are going to talk about a video. Now, Haley Reese has already done this video. I just wanted to give it more collab or give it more imposal and everything because I think it is a very important story. So it's about a girl who had an imaginary friend, and this imaginary friend went inside of her doll. So I wanted to tell the story on my channel to give it more impos, more prompt, and more introduction. But I am saying from Haley Reese. So I'm not stealing it from her because I am like emoting her. So it is from Haley Reese. So yes. Okay. There was once a little girl named June and a mother named Peggy. Now, Peggy was getting really worried about June because she had an imaginary friend. Now, nothing's wrong with an imaginary friend. You could be perfectly normal and have an imaginary friend. You can go through deep trauma having an imaginary friend. You can go through all of that and still have an imaginary friend. My nephew had an imaginary friend. He was a little vampire. So it is perfectly okay. But Peggy saw her and her imaginary friend do not normal things with each other. June had a speech wait time, and Peggy thought that's not normal and everything. And also, June was coming out of her, she wasn't hanging out with the family anymore. She wasn't hanging out with her cousins anymore, with the family anymore. So, yeah, so Peggy thought it was very, very interesting and very, very, it scared her. It really scared her because she didn't know what to do. So she made an appointment with a counselor. And so she went to the counselor and everything. And she told him, look, I'm really worried about my child and everything. She has an imaginary friend and I don't know what to do about it. And it's not a normal imaginary friend. Like, I'm concerned. And the doctor told her it's okay to have an imaginary friend. It's okay. But Peggy started telling him how they have talk and wait times. So it wasn't normal to her. And the doctor said, well, if you're so concerned about it, then go and get her something new. Don't introduce her to people right away. Go get her something new, like a toy or something. And so Peggy's like, okay. And then Peggy pulled June down and told her, hey, how about we go get a new toy or something? And June did not like that idea. She's like, me and my imaginary friend, we don't like toys. We have no interest in toys. We don't want toys. So, no toys. So, they went up the stairs. An hour later, they came back down the stairs and said, we have talked about it and we would like a doll. So they were all excited about a doll and everything. So they ate lunch and everything, and they have decided to go to the toy store, and they decide on getting a doll. So they went to the toy store, and her imaginary friend are still there, and they're trying to decide on a doll. It wasn't like a life-size doll, it was more of like a medium-sized doll. And then they found one with a big smile on her face. This would be Smiley the doll. Now, Peggy, not naming any of her dolls that, but at least it's comforting and it's exciting and everything. So they brought it home. So then June was super happy with her new doll, and she was playing with the doll, and she was playing with Smiley the doll, and Peggy thought something actually had been done here. So she feels like she was successful getting rid of that imaginary friend. And then some bad things happened. Peggy noticed that June had more of an attitude. She had more of cocky words, if you will, and more of a backsass. It was horrible. And she's like, why is my daughter backsassing me and misbehaving with me and doing all this? So Peggy told June that she just wants that imaginary friend back. And she asked June and said, where's your imaginary friend? And she pointed to Smiley the doll. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, my imaginary friend is inside Smiley the doll. And so she's like, okay, and she wasn't sure how to wrap her head around it or anything. But she's like, okay. And so she went to school, and she felt like she was being watched by Smiley the dog. She felt she was being watched, and she felt like she was being watched by Smiley the dog. She was hearing giggling. She had the crucifix thrown off the wall. Oh my God, it was horrible, y'all. It was so horrible. And so it was horrible. Like, so now she has to deal with the imagination friend and the doll at the same time. So she said, okay, let's just get rid of it. So she threw away Smiley the doll. She went back to the store to get another Smiley the doll. And she put her there. When June came home, she was pissed. She's like, where's my best friend? Where's Smiley the doll? Because that's not mine. That's not my Smiley the doll. And so, next morning, when her mother woke up, she saw there were two Smiley the dolls. A first one and the second one. That's what Peggy saw. And so after that, she calls somebody to come investigate and everything. And after June got some separation from him, she understood about the spirit and everything. And yeah. So they investigated Smiley the doll. And that's what they did. Okay, guys. Bye-bye. And I'm sorry this was so short and everything, but I'm tired. I'm sick and everything. And it's horrible. It's horrible. Okay, bye, guys.